Hello everyone, and I welcome all of you to the eighth podcast of spiritual channeling sessions, which we discuss with my friend Anil. And I thank all of you for joining us for the eighth time, where we discuss topics, we select some topics, and we dissect it with our knowledge and with Anil's knowledge because he's the one who is transcribing the sessions. So obviously, he has read the sessions over and over. He knows many things, and he's here to share his knowledge with us today as well. And I want to say, that firstly, today, before the session begins, I would be grateful if you could just like the video, and it will help the people to get this message so that the YouTube algorithm, shares it with those people who need it. And before we begin, today we are going to talk about the Galactic Federation, the Council of Nine, as well as the quarantine. So these are important topics which we all need to understand. And for the explanation, I have with me Anil. So I welcome Anil today. How are you?
Thank you, Sam, and uh, thank you for giving me this opportunity to be of service in a small way. And thank you for all the listeners for their love. And I read the comments and listening to the session. So today we're gonna talk about our teachers and our guides who are helping us in this awakening and bringing light to us, and so that we can make free will choices. And I mean, I'm not, people talk about aliens and things. I assuming everybody who is listening to this session actually believes they do exist, whether they have seen an alien ship or not, or whether our governments has denied continuously that they don't exist. I assume we all believe that they do exist, or know in our heart that they do exist, and only an arrogant or ignorant man will believe that we are alone on this big universe, infinite universe. We are the only self-aware beings on this universe. So that being said, let me just say, so as you know, most of the sessions Sam talks about Galactic Federation, other beings. So let's just me get into Galactic Federation, because this is very important topic, and Council of Nine and quarantine. This is very essential to understand, this cosmology of the universe. So, Galactic Federation is a confederation of beings, planets, and civilizations who have achieved a level of spiritual and technological evolution which allows them to operate as one unified force across galactic systems. So Galactic Federation is a service to other confederations. So this is important point. The Galactic Federation is a service to other federation. In the uh, future sessions, I will talk about STS Confederation, or Service to Self Confederation, which is very important to know. We talk about Orion, Anunnaki, Gray, Reptilian group, as we say. So they are the STS confederation. So Galactic Federation is service to other confederation. That's what needs to be very clear. It contains members not only from Milky Way galaxy but from various other galaxies in the cosmos. It has approximately 53 civilizations comprising approximately 500 planetary consciousness complexes. So you can see that although we are not aware, or we haven't been told by our governments, that there are other civilizations and the planets. So there are, and this is are not basically see as a self-aware third density beings. They are third, mostly fourth density beings, and above, fourth density, fifth density, and sixth density beings. And obviously, if you are looking at UFOs in our skies, they're mostly couldn't be a third density, because third density, unless they are in a very late third density octave, they could have a technology to travel to other civilization of third density. uh, so basically you can see the UFO in the skies are generally either they are four density beings, or they are uh, false flag, the UFO made by our own government. They do have this to confuse people as well. So I will wanted to make that point just out there. There, it contains members from planet Earth who have attained dimension beyond third. In fact, it was revealed that there is currently one member who represents human collective, who has already graduated into sixth density. So, there is one member who has graduated into sixth density. I think I will make a reference to that. Just keep hold that thought. There is one member. It is a true confederation in that its members are not alike, but aligned in the service of other according to law of one. And also, I would like to make this point here that uh, when they say members are not alike, in the sense that they don't look like humans, all of they look different. As I told you, even in Milky Way galaxy, people who look like humans are maybe 15%, 5% just look like us. Mostly can be different, so you can imagine that they don't look like us. So, people, I mean, although we already seen there are people who look like dog people from Syria. They look like different, and mythologies we have seen. So they are not look like human beings. So assuming that everybody look like human beings, um, is needs to be shed off, and open your mind in that sense. And so Galactic Federation overlooks the evolutionary process of the entities of the various planets in the cosmos. The members of the Federation do not infringe upon their free will in order to allow the various entities in the numerous planets to evolve at their own pace. They stand against the service to self forces, who basically wants to infringe upon, as you know, service to self wants to infringe upon the free will of other entities and beings. So Galactic Federation basically uh, want basically they have a policy of non-intervention, where they don't interfere with the natural process of evolution, and they don't let other people or service to self people not to interfere. And they keep a watchful but unobstru- unobtrusive eye, awaiting for calling to offer their assistance in seeding the seeds of awakening. They are humble teachers and guides, instilling knowledge while ever respecting the free will of entities to choose their own path. So they are not a rescuer of a victim, or as we say, victim people who are in a victim consciousness, living in a victim consciousness, and want an outside source from the self to rescue them. They don't rescue people. So people need to understand that they are a teacher and guides and help us and awakening process, but they are not here to rescue us, because many people think, always looking for a messiah, that somebody will come and help us. No, we have to take a personal responsibility to rescue ourselves. This is very important. I would like people to think about it and reflect upon it and ponder in their heart that whether they are living in a this victim consciousness, or they are willing to learn and rescue themselves, or get themselves out, pull out themselves on these situations which we are going through. Or they're always thinking the government will do this, or this will person do will. No, nobody is coming unless, and we are the only one. And if something needs to be done, we have to become the messiah ourselves. and do that for ourselves. So please don't wait. If you are waiting for somebody to come and rescue us or help you, no, nobody is coming. Only help is available, all the help is available, but we have to learn it, open our mind, and then help ourselves. And as I told you, they strictly follow the principle of non intervention. So I don't think so. They will, the only help is available in terms of guidance, but they will not come and do what we are supposed to do, help us in terms of what we are going through right now, in that sense. Uh, Sam, do you want to add anything here?
Yeah, I just wanted to add, like many people, they ask me, where is the location of the Galactic Federation, right? So, I remember many sessions, like they stated that they primarily their social memory complex can be found in the Saturn rings. Now, since they are at a higher density level, and I have also, during my channeling experience, I remember perceiving them. They appear as clusters of light, so they don't have any bodies. Okay, so that's one of the difference which I think people who follow my channel or who know about these concepts, they're aware. So basically, yeah, just wanted to add that. And
I'm coming
um,
to that,
you know,
Sam.
yeah.
Sam, I'm just coming
Oh,
to
okay,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So the Galactic
Okay.
Federation closest base, so they have many bases or seat. The closest base or seat on planet to planet Earth is seat lies in the rings of planet Saturn for Milky Way galaxy, as Sam has already pointed out. And their next closest base to planet Earth is located in the planet named as Salacia, which orbits our sun within the Kuiper belt beyond the orbit of Pluto. So there is a planet which has been recently discovered in 2003, Salacia. They have a second base there. So they have many bases. I mean, you can imagine they have so many members, and they are looking after not our galaxy, many other galaxy, and there are beings out there who's asking for help. So they have different stations where they're helping. Here our main for planet Earth, the base or the seed which is helping us is in planet Saturn, and they from there they help us. And every session you can hear when the Galactic Federation is talking, Sam is channeling Galactic Federation. They are always saying from the seed, from rings of Saturn. And one of the on the Saturn seed, there are 9 council collective uh, uh, who form a Galactic Federation, and they are known as Council of Nine, or sometimes people also call them as Council of Saturn. So when you see Council of Nine or Council of Saturn, this is Galactic Federation at the seat of Saturn, and there are 9 collectives who jointly form the council. So I will go through each of them. So you probably know most of them, because out of 9 council, uh, Sam has channeled 6 of them. 3 he hasn't channeled yet. And maybe in future I would request Sam in future, maybe he could channel them, because we don't know much about them, and so that we can get to know them as well, because they can bring their own perspective in awakening our awakening. So first of the collective is Esther Shiran collective. They are fifth density consciousness. So they are from fifth density, and I think Sam has channeled them very well. And always we hear about they are in the front when they go out and like is and thwart Orient STS forces any negative action towards Earth planet in our enslavement they want to do. So we don't know much really about them in that sense. Maybe we can do a session where Sam can do a session where we get to know each of them very well. Second is Ra Confederation, and everybody, Ra Confederation is a sixth density consciousness from sixth density, and they are from planet Venus. So they have from this galaxy, from our planetary system in this galaxy. So they have a similar uh, kind of life because their logos, sun is their logos as well. So they have a very similar to us, maybe Venus, and they were the one. Ra was the one who was in Western, at least society, was the one who started the law of one from Sessions, the book Law of One, the Ra contact by Laura and Don. So I think most of the viewer might be aware of that from that perspective. Then there is Endo Medan High Council, which is from Endo Medan Galaxy. Sam has not channeled them yet, and we don't know much about them, and only they are from Endo Medan Galaxy. The fourth one is Syrian High Council, and Syria, they are also sixth density consciousness, and they are from Sirius star system, and they are uh, has been channeled twice by Sam. And the Syrian are very important. Sirius star system very important for planet Earth system because the Anunnaki or the Orion or the Anunnaki are from Sirius star system, and there are many beings here who are from Syrian star system, and of course they did most of our Egypt is basically seeded through Syria star system, Syrian people. That's why Syrian comes from there. If you can make, maybe the spelling is different, but it is from them only. Uh, and we can go about that who has seeded whom in session later. Then there is a Palladian High Council, which is six density Palladian star system, and Palladian star system is very important as to us because the central sun of Palladian star system Alcyon, our sun also revolves around Alcyon. So as you know that the earth is revolving around sun, and we always think sun is fixed, but no, our sun is not fixed. Our sun is also revolves around Palladian star Alcyon. In a way, we are also part of Palladian. In that sense, we are also part of Palladian star system. So this is very important, and Palladian has been involved in seeding of this planet in many ways. In fact, they before Homo sapiens, they seeded Neanderthal on the planet Earth, which has been channeled by Sam. I will put the links to that as well. And, and then there is Arcturian collective, which is from fifth density and from Arcturian star system. Um, I don't have much knowledge on that. As Sam has done a session with them, but we don't know much about it. Although I know there are many people who are channeling Arcturian, and there's some books, but I haven't studied them and know much about them. So maybe we will do one session where we get to know them even better, at least a little bit uh, more than just from fifth density and Arcturian star system, if you know the planet and little bit more about them. Then the next two collectives are actually civilization which happened on planet Earth. One is Lumerian collective, fifth density, which happened on planet Earth, and the Atlantean collective, which is Atlantean collective, which is fifth density and planet Earth. And we keep hear about Atlantis, so that is Atlantean collective, which happened on planet Earth. and Lumerian. And in US, people who are living in US, we say the Lumerians in the Shasta Mountain. They live under the Shasta Mountain. I was there recently last summer, and it's a very nice experience. They are STOs. Of course, in each collective, there can be an STO and STS. When we are talking about these are STO beings, service to other beings only. So there are factions in each collective, means in each civilization. So Lumerians in Mountain, if you are in US, you can visit that and you will feel the energy. Atlantean collective, fifth density planet Earth, whether people believe Atlantis was there or not, but it did existed. Maybe not in this dimension, which we do not understand how the dimension works, but on the planet Earth, Atlantean was there, and 30,000 years ago, uh, or before the deluge, it was Atlantean. And recently, even um, Indian mythology, the Rama story happened in Atlantean collective when they fighting with Lumerians. So Atlantean and Lumerians were fighting with each other, and Lumerians went the dark side with the reptilians. So that is also in a session, and the eighth, ninth member has not been revealed to us in the session. They said the reason they have not, because they will come uh, in our future. So they have withheld that name, for I'm sure it is for a good reason. Although I have a little thinking, or just my feeling that there might be Elohim collective or a human collective, that person, because Elohim collective was very prominent in most of the session, and their name is in Bible, Elohim. If people who have read the Elohim, they have been part of seeding this planet in multiple times, and we will get to that in future sessions. So I think that is that, and we don't know anything about. I think Sam just mentioned today's session, which he's going to release. The session he's that will be there in the next Sam session. I think Sam has told me. So that is that, and I think for Syrian star system, there are people from Syrian star system, Palladian star system, everywhere here on this planet Earth as wanderers, uh, uh, here on this planet Earth. So next, the prominent duties of Council of Nine are to basically admit social memory complex to the Confederation, the which is who can join the member, so they check that. And second, to offer aid to other social memory complexes. So let's say somebody is asked for a help, and one member wants to help those entities, then the council can help them how to help, advise them how to help, and whether whether they should help or not help, or resist to help, because they might seem that might be infringe or not infringe the things. So that is comes with constant law of one. And then to determine internal question on the council. So most of the time when they interact with us, it has been given a permission by the council, and council has agreed uh, the mode of the help and the way somebody will be helped like us. So this is a very nice system they have put in place, and they generally make sure all those at times it has happened that they try to help us, and some other result has happened. And in the big times, um, which I'm not going to. I think they are advanced topics, and maybe in future session we can go in when we go into advanced session. And so, Sam, this is within anything you want to add about the Council of Nine and
Yeah, yeah. I mean, uh, I think like you have explained everything really nicely. Yeah, the only thing which I wanted to add was I did a session, like Anil said. So this podcast will be released maybe next week after the session is already released. So just to give you my understanding is that they stated that Elohim is not the ninth member in the session, as far as I understand. So we'll have to, I think, wait for them to reveal the identity. Maybe it's of significance in the future, like Anil said. Maybe they are they will have some kind of impact on our life, or I don't know. So let's see what happens. And yeah, that's all I have to share
Okay.
about this.
So the last thing is quarantine, which is related to what is quarantine. So because council, in the beginning there was no quarantine, and STS people keep coming and interfering and infringing our uh, free will on planet Earth. So Council of Nine has placed a quarantine on Earth so that no outside sources, neither the positive or negative entities, are allowed to visit Earth and interfere with the free will of entities on planet Earth. So that has been placed in there, although there are some flaps when this could happen. And this is an advanced topic, so I'm not going to go do happen, and they do come in, and that's why we can see this, because when the council come himself in our sky, they are uh, always UFOs in our skies. Mostly they are watchful eyes of Galactic Federation, or the members of Council ships, spaceships. But there are Orion spaceships that I also mentioned, and spaceship from our government as well. So people get confused. So, and the reason, because of the quarantine, the service to self Anunnaki entities or Orion cannot directly appear on planet Earth due to quarantine. And so that's why they have chosen entities like Elon Musk to work with their agenda in the space and Neuralink brain chip program, so that they can enslave us. So that's why they have worked with entities, as I told you, Elon Musk is one, and Facebook guy is another one. So they work with these guys, and I'm sure they are bringing all these, Meta and AI technologies for this reason. So, so quarantine is that. And Sam, anything else on the quarantine?
Yeah, I think also, like Anil said, people have to understand that usually, the quarantine is created for the benefit of a civilization, and not for uh, infringing on them. Because if we just imagine, just imagine, we have a aquarium where we keep our fish, right? So just imagine, every single time we enter in there or we go in there, the amount of disturbance it would cause, right, in that area. And they would not, have the freedom to really exercise their own mind, interact with each other, and truly, showcase how they really want to evolve. Because ultimately, it's we are in the third density where we have to decide whether we want to use service to others, or we are going to polarize towards service to self. Now that is the choice we have, and the creator has made it in such a manner that this quarantine is needed. Otherwise, if just imagine, if higher density beings, they come every week to our earth planet, and they give the knowledge, everyone, there will be, I believe, no negative beings, because they will see, that positive service to others is the right pathway, and that would actually influence us a lot, right? So that's what the quarantine is placed for. And actually, the negative entities also, when they enter the quarantine, they use certain flaps, like many times, I asked about the identities of certain UFOs, and they stated in the sessions that these UFOs were actually from the Greys or the Orions, who entered through a certain opening in the quarantine. And I wanted to add that, just for the people, And I think, I'm that's all I want to add. Anything else, Anil, or should we wrap?
I mean, I can just say that, in the past, Galactic Federation, after the bomb at Nagasaki was in Japan, the atomic one was detonated. Seven members of the council uh, thought that they need to intervene, but uh, and they decided to contact some of our leaders, and one of the reader was from Israel space program, Chaim Ashtad, who has actually written in the book Universe Beyond the Horizon, talks about them after he has retired. So he is telling the truth that he did meet them and they did sign a non-disclosure thing, but the disclosure was already signed till he was the head of the program. Because he was retired, he didn't really break the thing. So in that same session, it was also revealed they did meet the leaders of South North Korea and America. So as I think, uh, just people, if they think this just to tell, they can read that book. So this higher density do exist, as I told you again. So this is another example where people can see, if they really want some authority to say that they do exist. But I think, I understand we, the people who are listening, at least don't need that, approval from the government that they do exist. That's it from Sam from my side.
Yeah, okay. So I want to say, thank you to all of you for tuning in to this podcast. And we will continue this as long as possible to share the knowledge in a simple manner. And if you really enjoyed it, just leave your comments down below. And we will see you in the next podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you.